Excuse me. Sorry. Not like me. Definitely don't like me to do that.
No, I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah,
Just don't let it happen again.
I definitely don't like me to yawn. Which is actually true. When do I ever yawn on stream?
Fair enough.
I've never paid close attention, so I can't really say.
Yeah, no, I actually never do because I'm never feeling
Oh,
tired.
Ah, man. Excuse me.
What have you done?
Don't look up. That's all I'll say.
I think I saw it slightly, but yeah. Well, if I look up... fair enough. I was gonna say, if I look up, it didn't look too bad, but then... Yeah.
Yeah, that was a janky mess on my part. I wasn't paying close attention. These pieces are so big that sometimes it's hard to tell.
There wasn't even a... That's what she said there. The moment there.
Well, I was going to give you the opportunity to
Yeah, but it
to
didn't.
see.
It just didn't perfect. Just didn't seem to fit.
Yeah, it didn't fit right.
That's what he said.
I'll give
She
you that.
could
I'll
also have
I'll
said it,
give you
just
that
saying.
one. Come on. I'll give you that one. It's almost as bad as the bloody slippery when wet. Yeah, Willow.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't paying attention, okay?
I still love that. Tim started it though because he turned around and goes, "Hey, it's slippery." Or was it wet? Hey, it's wet. It's one of the something he said
One
like
of those
that.
things. Yeah, I don't
And it
remember
was
now.
just like, yeah, here we go. He's left it perfectly open to some innuendos. I mean, there's been plenty of times that
Oh, yeah.
innuendos have cropped up. Even Pal World. Jesus.
Yep. Hell World had a lot of it.
Yeah, because it was a case of one comment was from Tim, I think, was it insert sexual innuendo here or something like that?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
And it was just, yeah. I mean, have any of you guys actually gone back to Power World since they've...
No.
To play? No.
No.
Since they did the
Yeah, 'cause I don't
changes?
think Willow's noticed, but yeah, they had a big update. Willow.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I should do that,
Yeah, they had their next like major content update.
right?
I mean, I'm kind of curious because I want to know how they've actually gone about the spawn mechanic. And how they've gone in terms of the mechanics with the spheres. I nearly said balls, but yeah. Yeah, colour me impressed. All I'm seeing is just a shit ton of material go flying at that blueprint. It's gonna be interesting to see what that looks like at night.
Man, this looks pretty monolithic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you like white lights or something?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Just curious.
Yes.
Because it seems to be... Am I the only one that seems to use coloured lights and shit?
I mean, I can never make up my mind as far as what color I want. So I usually just end up going white. That's my 2 cents.
There was a reference there somewhere and I just wasn't quick enough.
So.
Oh.
Okay, so those supports look good. Now the next question is going to be is branching off, and
Yeah.
so I'm thinking if we do the train station, we'll keep the train station fairly high too. Like probably not that high, but like I think we'll
because that would...
probably have the stations themselves will probably be on an upper floor.
Because that's gonna.
And then we'll do kind of the input, like all the inputs and logistics will happen on the first floor, going up to the train stations above, instead of the other way around, for this particular setup. And then that way, yeah, trains can kind of come in on that second level and grab what they need, and then head up to central.
Yeah. Well, guess
So-
what I'm about to say.
Oh,
That one's on you.
well, no shit.
Yep, that's on you. This one.
Yeah, I know that.
This time.
Yeah, the train stop is all on me. You didn't have to remind me of that. So that I know.
Yeah, but technically,
This is my
technically
project as far as the trains.
Yeah, but technically, yeah, okay, maybe, yeah, no. Ignore the
What?
comment I was about to come out with. I was going to say technically, the first bit of central, like laying the stations down.
Yeah, no, I mean you did that.
I
Basically.
did that, but then I had to get you to come in and do the tracks, and then we made the decision of what we did with the tracks, and you flipped them around and sorted the
Right.
points out. And I mean, I'm very interested to see how the wires how them wires work on the side. It's gonna be quite interesting. It's gonna be cool though, because if you're like skating along on the side and next minute, all you
Yeah, and
hear
then
is
the train
the
goes,
train
like,
just goes
zipping
right
past you
fucking
above,
past
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Like, that's gonna be cool. So, because yeah, I mean, just needs to be connected a bit on these sides. Which, I mean, once we lock in, like, this is what we're doing, I mean,
Yeah.
any one of us can kind of come in and fill
Oh,
the
yeah,
gaps
yeah.
on those.
just
I'm
have-
just doing it on one.
The only thing is we'll have to be very kind of careful at that point. Because we have obviously found out that we can knock each other off the power lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be a case of, right, well, who's where and going what direction at that
Yeah.
point. I mean, not gonna lie, even from this distance, that is actually very striking. Very different design. And
Yeah.
I am gonna say you've definitely upped your game since the last time we did trains. That's for sure.
Well, and I mean, blueprints make a difference, is pretty much what I'll
yeah,
say to that.
I know that.
Like, I
but
mean, if we didn't have the blueprint stuff, like, I totally wouldn't be
doing this, yeah.
doing this. Because if I had to do all that by hand, like, well,
Mm.
you know, well, because I mean, you saw how quickly I just slapped this together
Oh,
using
yeah.
the blueprints I made. Whereas, like, if I wouldn't be through like 15% of it if I was doing it,
Oh, by
doing
hand.
it all by
Yeah,
hand.
no, definitely not. I mean, that's not, you know, how many, technically, how many items on that list of yours that we've technically done? Well, 4's done. Yeah. Now, 4's technically
Yeah, so
done.
1's done, 4's done, 2's done, and basically 3 was always kind of
Yeah,
intended as like
3's
an
an
ongoing, like,
ongoing.
yeah, like 3 like not going to be done today.
But
So
within-
pretty much succeeded in doing the list as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, in what? About an hour 34? An hour and a half?
Oh shit! Yeah, we're only like halfway through here.
Yeah, in an hour and a half. We've managed to crank your list off.
Jeez. Okay. Well, we're being efficient today. I don't know what
Definitely.
happened.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess, you know, Christmas is. Oh yeah, I just got the 2-hour notice.
Yeah. You've been
That-
playing too long.
Yeah, that's a local thing for you guys then, because I don't see that.
Yeah, I know you've turned that setting off for yourself. I
Uh,
know. I like the occasional reminder.
yeah, okay, not gonna worry you with it, but yeah, no,
Uh-oh.
we're not stable on power at all, so.
Yeah. Oh well.
I don't know. Yeah. Because it was stable though, and
Yeah. I mean, it's probably. I mean, it's got to be the oil pipeline because that's
that's the only
the only thing
it
that
could
makes.
be.
Yeah. Because I mean, because the refineries themselves are not all green, so it's not like we're pumping out enough fuel, and like some of the refineries go yellow.
Yeah.
But we're going into nighttime, so we can see what these support pillars look like.
Looking not too bad, to be honest.
Okay, and then I'm going to go up to. Yeah, I should be able to get there from the top of the motor factory. So I connected the lines on one side. So
Yeah.
I just want to test to see with that curve and everything how that
So-
works, because everything should run fine.
Before
How do
we
I get into the motor factory? Who built this thing?
That would be you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know who built that one.
No, I built the motor factory.
In
I was gonna
terms-
say, I'm like, when you were saying that, I'm like, you know who built this?
Oh yeah. I'm just playing complete ignorance.
Well, good job.
So in terms of remember the test that I said I was going to do with them off? When you're up
Yeah.
on riding them off? Yeah,
Yeah.
if you chuck a firework, which is a kind of a shame, you chuck a firework to
Oh,
try and
shit.
land on him, well, even though you're actually on the thing, it basically falls
Ah.
right
You
through.
scared it.
It falls right through it. So. Oh, I see a Tim. I did see a Tim. I don't see a Tim now, but I saw a Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a problem with the
Curve.
with the rail. Well, no, it's not the curve. It's the support pillars.
Ah.
You hang down low enough to where the support pillars kind of stick out a little bit, and you get you get bumped
Buffeted.
off.
Ah, balls.
So I'll have to redesign those. I mean, that's easy enough though, because that's those are easy enough to replace. So, but yeah, it's just
I
those
mean,
toppers.
I mean, technically... No, it's a stupid idea.
What?
You could kind of make it like a... I've seen a design of a bridge that basically has another support that goes above, but you'd have to know the height of the train, and you could kind of have a
Well, and unfortunately, that fucks with the boundary box of the blueprint, so that they don't line up
right.
properly, and
Fair enough.
that's why it's as simple as it is. Because otherwise, I would have put more design detail in. But otherwise, you end up having to do like a lot of custom nudging and shit like that to get it into place. So to minimize the amount of nudging I had to do is why it's designed the way it is.
Well, you telling me you don't like nudging?
It depends on the nudging, you know.
Well, I was like, will you two just shut the fuck up?
No. I'm enjoying just listening to you guys banter.
You're very quiet though, as well.
Well,
She
yeah.
can't
I
talk
have-
and listening, you know.
Well, she can.
Oh shit.
It's a very unique skill that Willow has.
It is.
But it's one that sometimes gets rarely used.
That's fair. That is fair. Because sometimes I just forget that I'm capable of that.
It was quite funny because Willow turned up before, obviously, we started streaming, and it's like... So she pops into the chat and it's like, hello? Hello? And I turned around and went, are you muted? And she went, yeah.
Yeah.
But you've done that. You've done that as well recently.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
But what
Since we need so many circuit boards,
Hmm.
I'm just about at 1,000 of them right now.
Fucking hell. In terms of yeah. So
In terms of
what causes your like mic mute then? Is it because your headset doesn't
Oh,
connect
no,
straight away, or
I have a mute button on my headset, but usually if I unplug it and plug it back in, it resets itself, right?
hmm.
And I unplug it because I only have one working USB in the front. I gotta take my computer apart and figure out
Yeah.
why the other one's not working. But because I only have one, and my plant light works off of the USB. So I unplug my headset all the time. I didn't expect it to not reset when I plugged it back in, so I assumed it was working.
Hmm.
That's on me. Shouldn't have made an assumption.
Because you're both running wired, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it would remember. See, obviously, because I'm on wireless, if I can just push a button and it'll mute the headset and unmute it, but mine just generally has a little indicator light on the headset where I can, well, on the arm where the mic is. There's a little bit there. It's like a red light, so I know that's when it's muted, but obviously I sometimes don't see that because of the frigging pop filter I have on it. Because that's mainly for when I'm on console.
Yeah.
Because this one either gets used for PC or Xbox, so because the PlayStation has its own headset now as well. That's
Yeah.
my old pair of Steel series that gets used for my laptop as well, so it's just
Okay.
but then every time I turn the headset off and turn it back on, if it's muted, it remembers that it's muted, even though
Right.
the wireless, but then it doesn't always remember. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Depends what mood it's in.
That's fair.
But if I have to start giving it chocolate, I'll be very worried.
That's a very fair assessment. You should be worried if it asks for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could technically use a Skynet reference there, but wasn't working. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Terminator film. I've liked the Terminator films, but it was only the original 2 Terminator films I preferred.
Right.
The other ones, nah. Bit naff. What have you been playing, Willow, apart from, obviously, Satisfactory and Minecraft? Or just...
Nothing.
Oh,
My
you stopped
internet
your
has been
Rift?
complete. Yeah, my internet is completely wonked right now, as is my phone. So, yeah.
Quite surprised.
People call me, and if I'm lucky, I might hear it ring once, but usually it just hangs up. And if I try to call out, same thing, it hangs up after the first ring. And I've been having problems all week because actually since they did our internet and messed up our internet, or did our electrical rather, and messed up our internet, and now they have to come back again because not everything was set up properly again.
Not good.
No. So yeah, the inspector came and he's like, yeah, no.
Hmm.
You know, they got this right now, but they messed this up. And the last time it was like the next day or the day after. Yeah, so it was Thursday evening before the last game that we played. And
Yeah.
the very next day we were without internet. So it was like good timing that it happened on an off game day.
And Tim, you've just been doing odd sparks, haven't you?
Yeah.
I will
It's
get
been
round.
going pretty well.
I will get around to playing it. It's just I don't really want to be trying to do two. It's like playing this and Factorio at the same fucking time.
Yeah. The for me, like I said, I'm doing because I got it as a gift, so I'm.
Oh, yeah.
I felt a little bit more compelled, but also it's different enough that you know, that I don't find like there's definitely some overlap because obviously they're both like, you know, logistics games. Did you like set a trap for me over here?
Why?
Because you set like I landed and then those went off and I was close enough to them to where my screen started shaking.
Sorry, I didn't even realize you were up there.
So yeah.
You know me, I mean.
Okay, so I think I got the support pillars figured out and replaced.
Yeah.
So should be able to ride the rail now. So I'm gonna run another test. This is why we test, to make sure, you know, because otherwise,
All hell breaks loose.
well, otherwise I make compromises
boo-boos.
that I'm not happy with.
When have you ever compromised on anything? Wait, don't
All
answer
the
that.
fucking time. What are you
I
talking
was gonna
about?
say, wait, don't answer that. Have we ever compromised?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Basically, compromising means, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah.
You know, or I can't be
That'll do.
bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a bit of a rougher ride than I'd prefer, but it definitely works.
What she said.
Hey, nice. Well played,
That
sir.
was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Because I didn't even think of that, saying it myself.
That was just too good to pass up.
Oh, for sure.
That's what she said.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was it. But going back to the one thing that we completely derailed. We're on about mustaches. And
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I completely fucking derailed that at one point. Just a bit like that train I'll end up doing if we drive it manually.
Yep.
Yeah, no, because I asked you if you had like a handlebar mustache, but it's the way I was trying to describe the sort of mustache that, because obviously, as you know, one of the Dave, you've heard me speak of him. He had a mustache, but it sort of curled at the ends. It kind of reminded me of Hook. If you've ever seen Hook.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yep.
Have you got sort of like one of them
No.
type deals?
No, I mean, it kind of comes down. I mean, I could potentially like if I wanted to add some material to it, you know, some sort of, you know, wax or whatever. I mean, I could kind of, sort of, maybe do something similar to that, but not quite that long.
Yeah. No, 'cause I just noticed obviously in pictures, and it's like, oh, did Tim grow his Is stash out?
Mustachio.
I must ask you a question. It is funny though.
Oh.
It's funny because there's what is it? I always say that to Lydia's dad's wife's cat. I've actually nicknamed him Mr. Mustache because he's a black and white cat, but he has a white little bit just under his nose, and when he looks at you in a certain way, it looks like he's got a mustache.
That's cool.
That's why I call him Mr. Mustache.
I like cats with personality.
And then we've got JJ as well. Them two absolutely love me. For some, I don't get why. It's weird. Them two just, yeah, they won't leave me alone when they see me, because they did like a Christmas, before Christmas, when we went for that meal, and after all the kids went, because they're not keen on loud noises and kids and stuff like that at that point. They are if there's only one of them, but it's more if there's quite a few. You know what I mean? If there's quite a few, and they get very wary. But after they'd gone, nah, they were bloody. They'd come down, and then they were bloody. Won't leave me alone. I don't get why, because Teddy's the exact same. Like today, I had to go. Went to her mother's to pick her up because she was at mother's, and as soon as Ted saw me, he went fucking berserk. Like he normally does, barking, but it's not a bark as, you know, who the fuck are you? Get away from my house.
I'm so glad to see you.
Yeah, it's a bark that basically he starts barking, then when he realizes it's me, his barks go higher and higher pitched.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's just like, why me, Ted? But I suppose I've been around Ted since he was a pup.
Yeah. So he's familiar with you.
You know, since
You're part of the pack.
yeah, since he's been basically allowed to be away from his mother.
Mhm.
I've been around that sausage, as I call him my little sausage.
That's hilarious.
And it's weird because her mum always says, as soon as he sits, like either lays with me or sits on me, or I hold him like he's a baby, which I've always done since he was a puppy. It's not,
Right.
you know, it's nothing new. As we've done as we've grown up, done it as a puppy, and he just melts. That's what her mum says. He
Aw.
just melts because I've had him like held him like a baby, and stroked like under his chin, and on the top of his where his two front paws are, and he's fallen asleep. He's fell asleep. He's a bugger for
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah,
And-
if they fall asleep, that means they're comfortable with you. They feel safe with you.
Yeah, he's always done it. He's ever since he was young. He's always done that.
That's awesome.
Oh, I like him. Yeah, I think he's cool. He's just can be a little shit at times, but all sausage dogs are kind of the same if they're
Yeah.
defending the house, because I think isn't it true that dogs can't see the glass?
So I had a dog named Wisdom, and we called him that because he wasn't so bright.
Oh.
And the first place we moved into that had a patio in the back that had a sliding glass door, he barreled from the front of the house. He saw a backyard and went straight for it, right into the glass door. So no, I don't think they can tell when there's glass.
Yeah. Ow. I bet that was a hell of a
Well,
foot.
head first, near knocked himself right out. He just kind of
Jesus.
laid there for a minute. I went and checked on him. He was fine, but I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I bet. Hmm. See, I wonder. I know this is going to sound crazy. This is another one of these random shit talk moments again. I wonder if there's a video somewhere of what on YouTube of what it would be like as to what a dog sees vision-wise, like color-wise, and like a dog
There
and a
is.
cat.
Dogs do see some color. Cats see more.
Yeah.
And certain cats will favor certain colors.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like a dog, like because of their color range, like they have certain limitations. Like for us, if there's a red ball on green grass, like we can see it plain as day. And we're even going to look at a dog and be like, why are you having issues? But because of the colors that it can't see and can see, a red ball on green grass looks pretty much the same color. So a red ball is just going to like disappear in green grass for them.
That's why they tend to sniff it out and use the nose because
Right.
they can smell.
Right. Because they have a hard time seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow, I think, was the better color. If you put yellow, they can see that better than red or green.
But
Yeah.
it was quite funny because Rollo
blues, I think.
when he was younger, he was a little shit when he was younger. Because you
Most
couldn't.
dogs or any animal will be at a young age.
No,
Yeah, same with humans.
it wasn't that.
Yep.
You couldn't. Every walk he went on, he would always come back with a fucking ball. Because he'd sniff about.
Stealing them?
Seriously, he would. If they're lost. Basically, the balls had been lost by other dogs that hadn't found them. He'd sniff the fuckers out, and he'd bring them back. He even
That's
managed
hilarious.
to sniff out a bloody cricket ball, and bring that back.
Wow. Wow.
He
Hopefully nobody was in the process of playing cricket at the time.
no, it was
Yeah.
in long grass. It was lost. It was crazy.
Wow.
Nearly every single walk that he went on, he would always come back with a ball because he'd just sniff it out and find it. He
Wow.
used to have such a good nose. He still does, actually. Not gonna lie, he still does have a good nose. He doesn't bother with finding balls so much now, but his nose, yeah, he's never lost his superior nose, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Could have trained him as a fucking sniffer dog, that dog, jeez. With that nose, it's... Christ. He never was a sniffer dog, by the way, so it's just, for some bizarre reason, he has just had this little quirk of his personality.
Like dogs that are, yeah, that's like dogs that have to have sticks all the time. You know, they pick up sticks along
Yeah,
their walks and they
our
won't
old-
let it go until they get home.
Our old border collie, she
They're
was
prone
she
to
was
that,
like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But she was that daft as a brush, that dog. She had such a personality. One day, me and my ex, it was a real nice day. We, I think she'd done some daisy chains. Literally put it round the dog. Round her neck. So she could take a photograph for a painting. It was a surprise to my mother for
Oh, I
Christmas. And we kind of forgot we'd put them round her neck, and she wore them all the way back to the house.
see. Oh, wow.
She didn't bother. You could stick a hat on that dog. She would not bat an eyelid.
Yes.
She'd happily wear
Some of them just are fine. Yep.
it. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess I can do this.
At Boxing Day one year, my sister had like a pair of... It's like a headband with things that moved.
Mm-hmm.
The dog had one as well. The dog happily
Wow.
sat there and wore it. She'd walk around with it on. She sat there and wore it. She had her own.
Wow.
She had her own little pair of reindeer antlers as well. She would happily wear that.
Aw, cute.
It was mad. She
Well, it's because of the attention they get. If
She
they're
would-
attention seekers, they're gonna wear whatever you put on them because you're going, oh, don't you look so cute?
But the problem
and they're
is,
getting attention.
she was a rescue dog. So if there was raised voices or anything like that, she didn't like that. She didn't like that.
Yeah.
We never knew. We didn't know her past. You know, we never knew none of that. But no, like I say, any other time, fresh. She was spoiled with that dog, but you know, there was always somebody around. So she was she was never alone because when we first got her, even us going to bed, like the first 2 nights, she would howl like fuck.
Really?
Yep, because she was on her own. But after after the first 2 nights, when she realized that, you know, we hadn't left her, she was still, you know, she was safe. She was fine.
Yeah.
In the end. It was just that first couple of nights was a bit, you know, because she'd come out from a kennel
Right.
into being with people.
Yeah.
So, and she was very, you know, she was patient. She was tolerable,
Tolerable.
but she
Right.
was good. The thing is,
Yeah.
you know, if you put food down,
Mm.
she didn't touch it.
Really?
Yep,
Until you told her she could?
Yep, she never touched it.
Wow.
I don't mean her food, like
Other food.
other food. She
You're
didn't touch it.
lucky. We don't have that luck here. We have
There's
to make sure that we put everything at the back of the stove because our dog's so big.
yeah, it was like at Christmas time, if there was stuff on, you know, stuff on the table or whatever, she wouldn't touch it. She never begged for food.
Wow.
She'd sit by you, you know, give you the occasional side eye.
Yeah. I'm not looking at you. Yeah, I know that look.
But she never begged. She was good.
That's awful.
And I remember the one trick I taught her, which I didn't mean to teach her it. It was something that we'd started and she kept it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we used to go paw. She'd give you your paw, no problem. Other one, she'd give you that, no problem. Double, she'd give you it. Now we taught her, or I taught her, how to high five.
Nice.
So you put your hand up and go high five, and she'd just bring her paw up and give you a high five.
Tap your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And then
cool.
I stopped asking for it. I wanted to see what she'd do one day. She'd give me a paw, she'd give me the other paw, she'd give me double, and then she'd put a paw up as to go for a high five.
Oh, that's
She was
cool.
that is it. She was such a good dog, such a character.
Yeah. I have to laugh because so many people say that huskies are too dumb, they don't train well, yada yada. And it's actually the opposite. They're too freaking smart.
Huskies are very fucking intelligent dogs.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they are.
are. Because
Yeah.
They're just really noisy.
They remember well, yeah, you have to have 2 of them. Like realistically, you need to have 2 of them. And
Oh
that's
yeah, and then
Yeah, but then they
they
they're
start
just noisy together.
and then they start fucking arguing at each other.
Right.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, oh yeah, they have full-on conversations.
Full on bloody arguments as well.
Yep.
I've always,
There's one guy in Seattle, Washington,
mm,
and he's got two huskies, and
yeah,
it's just hilarious to watch because um, they both have favorite treat stores. You know, the pet
mm,
friendly stores where you go in and they have dog treats and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, so they they know exactly where they are. And if the store is closed, they will literally sit down
really,
and not want to budge because they want to go in the store.
yeah,
And it's like, I'm not going anywhere until we go in there. And it's like, but it's closed. What do you want me to do? You know,
yeah,
like, how am I supposed to deal with this?
yeah,
But yeah, it's great. And he
very,
always two, one older than the other.
yeah, they are very, very,
Super
very
intelligent dog.
intelligent animals.
Yeah. I mean, they'll have a full-on conversation with you.
Mm,
They'll tell you when they don't like something. There's another girl from Ontario. Her and her husband rescued a dog from Iran that was thrown out a window,
oof,
a second-story
bastards,
window to boot,
bastards.
right? And uh, so they took him in. They didn't know what all his health problems were. Like he was treated right away and then shipped over. Um, but they've since discovered why he doesn't like walking on floors and things like that. They gave him painkillers, and all of a sudden he was walking on floors like it was nothing. So they took him off the painkillers. He wouldn't walk on the floors again. So now they know that his issue with his hips are because when he's on the floor, he slips and it hurts him.
Yeah,
You know, so, but it took a long time for them to discover all that. In the meantime, they've had to pick him up and carry him
mm.
or put a
That's a,
carpet down on the floor.
yeah, we have to put a carpet down for Rolo. I mean, he's getting on a bit now, right? But
Yeah, especially when they're older, if they slip, they literally can break their bones.
but it's funny because it's not just the dog as well.
Mm-hmm.
The carpet, the like carpeting mat type thing is also down for the bloody cat. The cat hate. I
Oh,
don't
really?
know what it is. She's a strange cat. She really is. Well, she was the she was the sister to one of the other cats that my dad had, and it's like,
Right.
but she doesn't, for some reason, even though she's been there for like probably 17 years or more, she hates the laminate flooring.
Yeah.
For
Most animals do.
some reason.
Not
We've never quite figured it out. But she'll walk. That's the thing. She'll walk on it, but then there's a certain bit that she doesn't walk on, and she'll walk on the mats instead.
Yeah.
Never quite figured out because it's the same type of flooring in both rooms.
Yeah. It's just that particular spot.
Yeah. And another thing about Rolo is he won't go near hot drinks either.
He must have burnt his tongue on something.
He burnt his nose when he was a puppy. He put his nose into a drink when he was into a drink when he was a pup,
That'll do
and
it.
yeah, he never ever touches hot drinks. Never ever. But the thing is, Rolo doesn't lick you. He'll lick your hand, but he's not the type of dog that'll, you know, you say to him, "Give us a kiss." He won't lick you. He seal kisses you instead.
Eel kisses you? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Have you ever seen how
His nose into you, I think.
Have you ever seen how a seal kisses? How literally
No.
a seal kisses? You know, you ever been to a sea lion show?
I've seen them do the blow the kiss, but I've never seen them actually like kiss something.
Have you never seen a sea lion show or something like that, where they literally, when they used to say, you know, give the person a kiss on the cheek, and they just literally nudge the nose into you?
No, I haven't seen that. That's cool.
That's what he does. He does, like I say, he
Nice.
doesn't lick. He just
Sweet.
nudges you with his nose, and we've always called it a seal kiss.
That is cute.
And he's always done it. Even when he was a pup, he never would lick you. He licks your hands,
Right?
but he won't literally lick your
Well,
face.
maybe he got in trouble for it
No,
when he was young.
no, we never took
Before adopted.
because my dad's always had Rolo since he was a pup, so he's never told him off
Oh.
for doing that. It's
Huh.
just some weird quirk that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we never told him off for licking your face or anything like that. I know some people do.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather they lick my hand.
The only time
Yeah,
I don't,
given the locations where they put
yeah,
that
we
tone,
know.
that just
Yeah.
I don't like. Ted will lick my face, but he doesn't lick my mouth or anything. He will just lick my cheek,
That's cool.
or he'll lick my hands. But I try not to let him lick my hands at the moment because of my psoriasis.
Right.
And if he's got a fascination about sniffing my fucking ears as that dog at the minute. Sticks his nose right into my ears. It's like, Ted, that's my ear. But it's more if I've
Yeah.
got cream on as well to help it, but I have to tell him no,
Right.
to not do it, or not to like lick my face or anything because of the cream, because of it's steroid cream, and I don't want to
Yeah.
do anything to him.
Yeah, you don't need him getting sick.
So, you know, it's just, I just want him to be safe.
Yeah.
That's the same. That would be the same with Rolo. I wouldn't get Rolo to give, you know, to do like a seal kiss or anything like that if I've got cream on, because
Yeah.
I just don't want him getting ill.
Yep. That makes sense.
I have. See, when somebody says to me, are you a dog or a cat person? It's like, well, I'm
Yes.
both. I've always been both.
One of my nieces asked me, "Are you a cat?" And I said, "No, I'm a wolf, but I prefer the company of cats." She was like, "Okay, that works."
Makes me wonder how the hell people, you know, sometimes you see people with, like, it's weird because especially, like, even in Dubai, you see people with, like, fucking like, tigers and all this shit, and it's like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
and it's like,
It's not fair to them.
it's like if you literally raise that animal as a cub to be able to,
I mean, I feel like you kind of have to, and even then,
to sort of have that
even if
infinity
you raise
with
them
it.
from a cub, you know, it can still be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
So, because they're not domesticated animals,
no,
No, they're not intended to be.
right?
no, they're wild animals.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like I've always wondered, could a wolf you know, has there been stories of a wolf like integrating with dogs?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it can happen.
Because isn't a
And
wolf
I,
just
I
there's
had.
instances where people have raised a wolf and been okay, but you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's
Cats
consistently
are
going to work
also
out in the same way a dog
considerably.
will.
Yeah, cats. The wild cats are considerably larger than the small cats, and
Mm.
their paws are very much larger.
Oh yeah.
So, I
Mhm.
mean, the damage they can do in comparison to, say, a wolf that's been domesticated, big difference. Big difference.
Because I mean, you know, I've always found wolves to be very, like, very majestic creatures.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I've always liked
They're
wolves.
also super family oriented, which a lot
Mm.
of people don't realize.
Yeah, I've always liked wolves. Because I do have a wolf statue somewhere. It's like a wolf on a rock that's howling.
Nice. I have a couple of those.
Yeah, it's wolves are like, they're a pack animal though, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Whereas cats can live with or without a pack.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just wolves are very, very pack
Yeah.
animals. But they're deadly in a pack. No, they can be
Oh,
deadly
yeah.
on their own, but you've got more chance of,
Yeah.
if they're in a pack, they're probably worse in a pack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's more
I
of
would
them.
have to agree. Yeah. And they work well as a team, unlike some other animals out there, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the lions, if the lions are hunting, they can sort of work well as a team, but they don't seem to be able to work as well as a wolf.
The only ones I would say work really well as a team is probably lions, because the female lions are the hunters, and
Oh, yeah.
so they work as a team. But generally speaking, you don't see a lot of wildcats that work as a solid unit. By the way, if you need circuit boards, I put 1,000 in the system.
Oh, that's fine.
Sweet.
Well, we need a lot of them for these upcoming,
Well, you need a lot for computers.
because I need enough to make computers and use an extra circuit board in the development of the thingy. So,
The development of the thingy. Is it a thingamabob or a whatchamacallit?
whatchamacallit.
Or is it
Definitely a whatchamacallit.
I remember the conversation. I'm not even getting back into this conversation again, but I remember the conversation we had over this. And it turned out to be chocolate bars.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Chocolate bars?
Yep.
did you not, do you
Yeah,
not
there's
know?
a candy bar called there's a
Oh,
chocolate
that's
bar
right,
called
the
whatchamacallit.
whatchamacallit. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was, actually, those are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorites. So, but they're a rare find where I am.
I'm lucky if I find fucking nerds around here.
You are a nerd.
Wah.
Be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's like 1,300 and... Don't know what we're gonna do with them, but there's an extra
Do what?
1,000. Well, there's an extra 1,352 bloody things in the middle of the phase 3 thing. The what the fuck do we call these things? Modular engines. Just because I'd created extra. So you basically used up all that smart plane that we had.
Wow.
And we had over 1,800 on smart plane.
Yeah, I've been just like cranking out as much as I can of the individual items and then
Where the...
making extra just to be on the safe side because I know we need it for the.
Jesus, Tim, you could have told me you were going that way. Bloody hell.
Where'd it go?
It's taking that blueprint thing all the way up towards Central. But
Okay.
when I look at the map, obviously he's safe because he's up high, but he's nearly at Central. Almost.
Did he go by?
Jesus.
No, he can't go by train yet.
No, he's laying the thing. He's laying
The lines.
the foundations for the lines to go on. So
Right.
he's blueprinting the tower, and it's like, jeez, he's got there already, and he's just like, no wonder he's been fucking quiet.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Did you are you taking a look at
I was
what
just
I've been doing?
I was just talking about you. Behind your back.
Yep.
No, but seriously,
Right in front of your
you've
face. but
definitely
I'm-
been really fucking quiet because you've managed. Because I
Yeah.
just looked at the map and I was like, holy shit, you're all the way over there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hadn't even realised you'd. I thought you were still dicking around with someone up here.
Nope.
I hadn't
No
realised.
dicking around over here.
I said I hadn't realised you'd gone over there.
Yeah.
My next question is though, Mr. Tim,
Yeah.
how the fuck do we get up there? I know we'd have to go to a high point, but is there?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've just been going to a high point and then jetpacking over.
But is there gonna be? Obviously, yeah, it'd be different when we're on the train. That'll be a different thing, but obviously from the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably rig up some temporary, or not temporary, but rig up some ladders and shit that we can climb.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's going to be like, you know, an add-on.
Fuck it, I think I'm gonna make it. I don't make it. No, I'm not gonna make it.
Oh no,
That hurt.
Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill.
Oh, so I was.
Sorry.
So you've got 476 automated wiring over there. We have 1,300 modular engines spare for anything right now. Tim's.
Cool.
I was waiting for a response. I was wondering if you.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
So obviously we're just waiting on
I
the
got
other.
nothing to add on that front.
We're just waiting on the other parts to be able to get the 100. Watchy jigs. That. Yeah.
That thing.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, that thing. The round ball thing, which I have no idea what the hell it's called right now.
Adaptive control unit.
That's it. Even though we'd already said it once or twice, or maybe a bit more tonight.
3 times a lady.
Lady.
And okay.
That was Lionel Richie, wasn't it?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
Was it Lionel Richie?
Who knows?
I'm sure it was Lionel Richie.
Could be.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, if you're
Not
sure, then
positive,
why are you
but-
asking us about it?
But I don't know if it was if he originally wrote it or it was covered. One of my still favourite songs in Dodgeball is that bit with Lady in Red.
I don't remember.
It's when Owen first meets that woman that's on Ben Stiller's team, and yeah, that's the song that plays. I would say how the hell did you get the wall to do that, but then I realized, shit, yep, that's ramps. It's alright.